Friends, have you ever stopped to wonder what your life would be like if you had just 2 extra hours every single day? Maybe you'd finally work on that dream. Maybe you'd spend more quality time with your family. Or maybe you'd focus on that one thing that could change everything. But here's the raw truth, we all have the same 24 hours. The only difference? Some people command their time, while others become slaves to it. Ever feel like the day just slipped away? Tasks are left unfinished. You tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. But that tomorrow just gets lost in another busy day, and slowly, tomorrow becomes the story of your life. That's time's most dangerous trick. It silently, without any warning, steals your life away. Imagine a person who runs from morning till night, meetings, calls, social media, little distractions. Then, at night, they lie there thinking, I didn't really accomplish anything important today. They're tired, frustrated, and they tell themselves, I just can't do it. But at that very same moment, someone else is living those same 24 hours entirely on their terms. Focused. Purposeful. They know where every hour goes because they've learned one crucial skill, time mastery. Mastering your time isn't just about planning. It's an art. A discipline where every moment has meaning. When you decide where your time goes, your life starts to come under your control. But when time decides what you do, your life becomes a case file. They say, time is money, but the truth is, time is more valuable. You can always earn more money, but time, once gone, is gone forever. Every second that ticks by is a piece of your life you're not getting back. And if you don't learn to control it, you will slowly lose control of your life. Now think, how many times have you put your dreams on hold, just because you didn't have the time? The reality is, the time was always there. You just spent it somewhere else. The biggest illusion we have is thinking, I still have plenty of time. But the truth is, with every passing day, that time is running out. Every successful person has a secret, they've mastered their time. They know when to work, when to rest, when to think, and when to take action. For them, time isn't an enemy, it's their greatest ally. Meanwhile, everyone else is stuck saying the same old thing, if only I had a little more time. The journey to time mastery doesn't start with some grand strategy. It starts with one small decision, starting now, I will be the master of my time, not its slave. That's the moment everything changes. The moment you decide your time will no longer be spent on other people's priorities, not on social media, not on pointless chatter, not on pleasing others. From now on, your time will be dedicated to your dreams, your goals, and your growth. Think about it, if you use just one single hour every day in a truly productive way, in a year you'd have 365 hours. That's over 15 extra days of focused time. And that time could completely change the trajectory of your life. The question is no longer how much time you have. The question is, what are you doing with your time? Time is like a river, you can't stop it, but you can change its direction. So, are you ready to take control of that river's flow? Are you ready to free your life from the slavery of time? Because the day you master your time, is the day you master your life. Let's begin the journey where every minute matters, every second has meaning, and every day pulls you closer to the life you've always imagined. Chapter 1, Prioritize what truly matters. Ever feel like you're busy all day, but still end up feeling empty inside? Like you're doing things, but not the right things. The day ends, you're tired, but there's no satisfaction. That's the feeling of being busy, but not productive. You're involved in everything, but committed to nothing. That's life's biggest mistake. In our attempt to do everything, we forget the one thing that actually matters. We get so tangled up in making others happy, proving ourselves to everyone, and meeting every obligation, that we forget to connect with ourselves. And there comes a point where we ask, I'm doing so much. Why isn't anything changing? The shift happens when we realize that not everything is important. Some things are just noise. They demand attention but give no meaning. If you do 10 things a day, but only 2 are connected to your real goals, then the other 8 are eating your time and your energy, giving you nothing but the illusion of being busy. Take a simple example. Someone wakes up, checks emails, scrolls social media, replies to messages, and feels like they're getting a head start. But in reality, they've just given their most precious hours, their morning focus time, to someone else's agenda. They are now living for others, not for themselves. True productivity begins when we start asking ourselves, is this thing really necessary? Is this task moving me closer to my dream or further away? When we ask these questions, we gain clarity. And that clarity shows us what truly matters. Life always gives us 2 choices, the urgent things and the important things. The urgent things are always screaming. The important things are always quiet. The urgent says, do this now or you'll miss your chance. The important whispers, if you don't do me, your life will stay exactly as it is. The difference is in which voice we listen to. Look at any successful person. They don't do everything themselves. They focus only on the things that move the needle. They know that every yes means they have to say no to something else. And that's the greatest strength, the power of no. When you stop saying yes to everything, you create space for yourself. You make time for your dreams. People often say, I don't have the time. The truth is, everyone has the time. We just have different priorities. If something is truly important to you, you will find the time for it. The difference is intention. If you truly prioritize something, nothing in the world can stop you from doing it. In life, you always have 2 paths. The easy road, where you just go with the flow, reacting to everything. And the hard road, where you pause and think, is this essential for my future? The easy road gives you comfort, but not growth. The hard road forces you to think, and that's where transformation begins. If you want to change your life, first change your priorities. Adopt a simple daily rule, write down the 3 most important things and push everything else aside. When you truly start to focus, miracles happen. Because energy flows where attention goes. And when you start directing your energy only to the things that truly matter, every day becomes purposeful. Every action, every decision, starts moving in one direction, toward your dreams. Remember, you can't do everything in life, but you can always do the right things. And when you learn to choose those right things, you become the master of your time. Because the person who masters their priorities, masters their life. Chapter 2, Plan your day in advance. Ever notice how quickly the day disappears? You wake up to notifications, messages, little tasks, and before you know it, it's evening. Your head is heavy, your mind is tired, and you have that same old thought, I didn't get my important work done again. That feeling slowly breaks a person down from the inside. Because the time is gone, and it had no direction. And without direction, every day just becomes a race with no finish line. The thing that makes the biggest difference in life isn't magic. It's a simple habit, planning your day in advance. When you design your day before it begins, you stop being a slave to time, and time becomes your partner. Imagine waking up and already knowing what to do, when to do it, and why you're doing it. Instead of confusion, you'd have clarity. Instead of chaos, you'd have calm. Every day is a blank canvas. Some people paint their own story on it, others live out a story written by someone else. People who don't plan leave their lives to random events. And at the end of the day, they say, I don't know where the time went. But people who take a few minutes at night or in the morning to plan, command their day. They know what their first step will be, their second, and where they want to be by the end. It's a simple truth, if you don't make a plan for your day, someone else will. A text, a phone call, a distraction, it will eat your attention. And every time that happens, you drift a little further from your dreams. That's why planning doesn't just boost productivity, it sets the direction for your life. Planning isn't just about making a to-do list. It's about directing your energy, because your energy is limited every day. If you spend it on worthless tasks, there will be nothing left when you really need it. The real purpose of planning is to decide what is important and what is not. Think of a sculptor. If they just start hitting a rock without a thought, they'll end up with a broken rock. But if that same artist first imagines, plans what to create and where to cut, that same rock slowly becomes a masterpiece. It's the same with your life. Without a plan, your hard work is just random action. But with a plan, every action has meaning. Every minute has a purpose. Many people think planning is a waste of time. But the truth is, people who don't plan are the ones wasting time. If you take 10 minutes before bed to plan the next day, your morning anxiety vanishes. Your mind stays clear, and your morning energy goes to the right place. Imagine you wake up. You know exactly what to do first, which task to finish by when, and which work will have the most impact. On that day, you don't just feel busy, you feel productive. And when you end the day having completed your plan, you feel a deep sense of peace. Today was under my control. That feeling is the beginning of time mastery. Sometimes, planning isn't just about deciding what to do, but also what not to do. Distractions are everywhere. But when you have a written plan, those noises fade away. Your focus stays where it should be, on your goals. Every big change in life starts with a small decision, and planning your day is the first step of that decision. You start living your day like an architect builds a structure. Every brick is placed with thought, and slowly, those days, those weeks, those months, become the foundation of your dream life. Remember, planning doesn't have to be perfect. But no planning always brings chaos. Even if things don't go exactly to plan, you still have your direction. And walking with direction is always better than running without it. So, every morning, ask yourself one question: am I controlling my day today, or is my day controlling me? Chapter 3, Eliminate Time Wasters. Ever felt like you were doing stuff all day, but nothing was actually achieved? It's like the day passed in a blur. A little social media, some chit-chat, a bit of work, and boom, the day is over. There's a restlessness inside. I'm doing so much, so why am I not making progress? That's the moment you realize that the most dangerous thieves in life are the time wasters. The things that silently steal your time without you even noticing. Wasting time is like an addiction. It's fun at first. Let me just check Instagram for 5 minutes. I'll watch one more episode. I'll rest a bit and then start. But slowly, those 5 minutes become hours. And when night comes, the guilt stings. I didn't do that important thing again. This is the invisible trap the modern generation is stuck in: distraction. Distraction isn't just limited to your phone screen anymore. Sometimes it comes in the form of people. Sometimes in useless thoughts. Sometimes in things that look important but have nothing to do with your growth. The biggest problem isn't that we don't have time, it's that our time is going to the wrong things. Imagine you get 24 gold coins every day, 24 hours. It's up to you where you spend them. Some people invest them in learning, building, creating. Others spend them scrolling, gossiping, overthinking. The difference is just a choice. But the people who understand the value of every hour are the ones who can change their lives. Here's a simple truth: every time you say yes to a worthless thing, you are saying no to an important one. When you check your phone for no reason, you are delaying your goals. When you spend time peeking into others' lives, you leave the story of your own life unfinished. This is the harsh truth most people don't want to accept. Elimination isn't just about removing things, it's about seeing your priorities clearly. When you decide what stays and what goes in your day, only then can you control your time. For example, if you pick up your phone first thing in the morning, your mind is instantly under someone else's control. But if you take 30 minutes for yourself in the morning, with no notifications, those same 30 minutes can transform your entire routine. You might be surprised to learn that studies show it takes an average person 23 minutes to refocus after a distraction. If you check your phone 10 times a day, you've given almost 4 hours to distraction. And those 4 hours are what make the difference between your dreams and your reality. Elimination isn't about sacrifice, it's about clarity. It means you understand which things are fuel for your goals and which are brakes. When you remove one thing, you create space for something new and productive. If you cut 1 hour of social media every day, that hour could go to learning a new skill, working out, or connecting with yourself. Discipline might seem boring, but it's what gives you freedom. Distraction seems fun, but it puts you in a cage where you feel busy but are getting nowhere. And this cage breaks only when you decide that not everything gets a place in your life. Only the things connected to your growth remain. Start elimination with small steps. Put your phone on silent, turn off notifications, keep your phone away during work hours, and every day ask yourself, is this task really necessary? It will feel difficult at first. But in just a few days, your mind will start to clear, your energy will rise, and you'll get that feeling, now my day is under my control. Clarity in life comes only when you have the courage to remove the unnecessary. Because as long as there's noise, you won't hear the voice. The voice of your inner purpose that reminds you why you started in the first place. Chapter 4, Set Clear Deadlines. Have you ever wondered why some people always hit their goals, while others spend years just planning? The difference isn't in hard work. The difference is in deadlines. When a task has no time limit, it slowly eats away at your motivation. We say, I'll do it later. I'll start tomorrow. Just give me a little more time. But that tomorrow never comes. And that's the trap most people are stuck in, the infinite tomorrow. When you don't set a deadline for a task, your brain sees it as optional. It doesn't take it seriously. But when you say, I need to finish this in 3 days, your mind kicks into gear. It starts automatically pushing distractions aside because it knows time is limited. That's the power of a deadline. In life, deadlines aren't just for tasks, they're for dreams, too. Many people say, I'll start my business one day. I'll get fit someday. I'll write that book eventually. But that, someday, often turns into never. Because until your dreams have a date, they remain just dreams. Think of an artist painting without a deadline. It would never be finished. They'd keep thinking, I'll add a little more color. I have more time. But if they're told the painting must be ready for an art exhibition in 7 days, that same artist works with laser focus. Every brushstroke becomes meaningful because they know time is running out. This urgency, this pressure, is what leads them to greatness. Many people see deadlines as pressure. But in reality, they provide purpose. A deadline is the fire that burns away the laziness inside. It pulls you out of waiting for perfection and pushes you into action. Because the truth is, no work is ever perfect, but every work can be finished. And a finished, imperfect work is always better than a perfect, unfinished plan. Deadlines have a psychological power. When you set a date for a task, your subconscious mind automatically starts working in that direction. You tell yourself, I'm short on time. Let's get started. And that's where the journey begins. Every small step, every minute, becomes meaningful. We often lose our dreams because we don't give them a time frame. We think we'll do it when we have time. But time never just appears. You have to make it. And the first way to make it is to define it. Give every dream a date. Write down that you will complete this task in this many days. Then watch how your mind starts working to turn that goal into reality. Deadlines teach us discipline. They teach us that every day is precious. When you know you only have 3 days, you understand the value of every minute. Action replaces procrastination, and action always brings clarity. People often say, I can't work under pressure. But the truth is, it's not pressure that breaks a person, it's a lack of purpose. A deadline is that invisible line that reminds you time is passing, and if you don't take a step now, you'll regret it tomorrow. Now imagine if you set a deadline for every dream. You could complete 12 new goals in a year. You could do something meaningful every month. Your mind becomes goal-oriented. Your focus sharpens because now every task has an end point, and every day is a step toward that end point. Deadlines create discipline, and discipline brings freedom. When you set a clear time limit for your work, the direction of your life starts to set itself. You don't make random decisions, you take purposeful actions. And that's the difference between dreamers and achievers. Both have dreams, but achievers have dates. So remember, without a deadline, dreams float in the air. But when you give them a frame of time, those same dreams start to take shape. They find a place in your calendar. They find breathing space in your routine. And slowly, those dreams become your reality. Chapter 5: Use technology wisely. Ever think about how technology has both connected us to the world and disconnected us from ourselves? Today, we hold in our hands a device that contains the entire world: knowledge, opportunity, entertainment, success, everything. But the irony is, with all that power comes great danger. Because whether technology works for you or against you depends on one thing: how you use it. We all say, "I don't have time." But the truth is, half our day goes into mindlessly staring at a screen. Think about how many times you've said, "I'll just check Instagram for 5 minutes," and then those 5 minutes somehow turned into an hour without you noticing. This is the modern trap, the digital illusion of productivity. It feels like we're doing something, but really, we're doing nothing. Technology is now a part of our lives. But the difference comes when we learn to use it consciously. When we decide that this tool will help us grow, not drain us. Because phones, laptops, the internet, they're all neutral. They aren't good or bad. The difference is only in your intention. Think about it, the same mobile phone is a distraction for one person and an opportunity for another. One person spends hours scrolling mindlessly on it, while another uses that same phone to learn a new skill online and change their life. The difference is simple: one person is a slave to technology, the other is its master. Technology's greatest strengths are automation and focus. Today, you can use reminders, time-blocking apps, focus timers, and to-do list tools to give your day direction. But the irony is, we often lose those same tools to entertainment. The very thing that could make you productive forces you to procrastinate. There are two ways to use technology. First, you can consume it mindlessly. Second, you can use it intentionally. In the first, you'll scroll endlessly, watch other people's lives, and slowly lose your energy. In the second, you can use that same screen to upgrade your life, learn new skills, and grow your business. But for that, the most important thing is awareness. When you know technology is controlling you, that's when you can learn to control it. Small changes make a big difference. Turn off unnecessary notifications, keep your phone in work mode, or limit your screen time. When you consciously decide when and why to pick up your phone, you reclaim your focus power. The right use of technology is what makes your life easier, not harder. For example, if you use calendar apps, reminders, and focus sessions for time management, then technology is working for you. But if you check your phone every 5 minutes, you are working for it. And that difference decides whether you are the master of your time or its slave. In today's world, distractions will never end. New apps, new platforms, new temptations will always appear. But one thing will always be in your control: your choice. You can decide how you want to live with technology. Will you let it divide your attention, or will you let it multiply your focus? Technology's greatest gift is access. Knowledge in any field is just one click away. But that same click can also consume your time and energy. It's like fire: use it in the right direction, and it cooks your food. Use it in the wrong direction, and it burns your house down. And what makes the difference? Awareness. There was a time when people created technology to save time. But today, technology has become the biggest consumer of our time. And now it's time to bring it back under our control. Because to control your technology is to control your life. If you spend a few minutes each day away from technology to recharge your mind, your clarity increases. And when clarity comes, focus follows naturally. In those moments, your mind doesn't work like a machine, it thinks like a creator. Chapter 6, Take Breaks and Rest. Has this ever happened to you? You're working constantly, day and night, without stopping, without tiring, but you still feel something breaking inside. It feels like your body is moving, but your mind has stopped. Your head is heavy, but your heart is empty. This is the moment you realize that in the race for your dreams, you've lost yourself. And that's the mistake most people make. They work, but they forget to stop. In today's world, rest is seen as a weakness. People think whoever doesn't stop will be successful. But the reality is the opposite. The person who knows how to stop wisely is the one who goes the farthest. Because every person has a limit to their energy. When you push yourself to the point of exhaustion, your brain stops working properly. You become mechanical. You don't think, you just do. And that's the most dangerous place to be, because from there comes no creativity and no clarity. Think about it. If you use a mobile phone continuously without charging it, what will happen? It will overheat, hang, and eventually shut down. A human being is similar. The only difference is that when we are running on low battery, we pretend everything is fine. We lie to ourselves. I'll just work a little more, then I'll rest. But that, then, never comes. And waiting for that, then, we lose our energy, focus, and passion. The truth is, taking a break isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. Just like you have to exhale after you inhale, you have to stop after you work. If you keep running continuously, you will fall one day. But if you pause in between to catch your breath, you will surely reach your destination. Rest doesn't mean doing nothing. It means reconnecting with yourself. Those few moments when you give your mind silence so it can think clearly again. That time when you step away from your phone or laptop and go into nature, or just take a deep breath. These moments seem small, but this is where your energy recharges. Many people think taking a break is a waste of time. But in reality, breaks increase productivity. When you take short pauses, your brain processes information better. You get new ideas. You find new solutions. And most importantly, you avoid burnout. Have you ever noticed when you're stuck on a problem, the more you think about it, the less you solve it? But the moment you go for a walk or relax with a coffee, suddenly the solution pops into your head. Why? Because your brain got the space to think. Rest gives it that space. Many of us are stuck in doing mode. Always doing something, always moving forward. But growth doesn't just come from action, it also comes from reflection. When you pause, you see how far you've come. What did you do right? What needs to change? This pause gives the right direction to your next step. Remember a profound truth: resting and giving up are two different things. People who rest smartly never give up. They know that to give their best, they have to recharge themselves. Because no fuel comes from an empty tank. If you keep a few hours every day or one day every week just for yourself, your energy multiplies. That time when you're not working is actually preparing you for the next task. Just as a musician's most beautiful tune comes from the silence, your greatest productivity comes from that rest where you find yourself again. Rest reminds you that you are not a machine, you are a human being. Your success lies not in the hustle, but in the balance. When you learn to listen to your tiredness, you start living in harmony with yourself. And that harmony awakens your creativity, focus, and inner peace. Conclusion. The real magic of life begins when you learn to take control of your time. Because time isn't just a ticking clock, it's the very heartbeat of your entire life. Every second that passes is either pulling you closer to your dreams or pushing you further away. The difference is just this: are you the master of your time, or its slave? Time mastery means living every moment consciously. Knowing which thing is boosting your growth and which is holding you back. Knowing when to stop, when to walk, and when to take flight. When you recognize your priorities, learn to remove distractions, and work every day with a clear direction, then time starts walking with you, not against you. Making a plan for each day, setting deadlines for every goal, using technology wisely, and taking breaks to recharge, these might seem like small steps. But these are the steps that change the direction of your life. Because success belongs to those who make every day meaningful, not just long. Imagine if, starting today, you decided the purpose of every hour. 1 year from now, how different would your life be? Perhaps those dreams that seem far away today would be within your reach. Perhaps the things that seemed impossible would become possible. Remember, time never stops. But you can decide which direction it flows. You can waste it, or you can use it to build the foundation of your dreams. And the person who masters their time doesn't just master time, they master their destiny. Because in the end, the secret to success isn't in a secret formula. It's hidden in this simple truth: master your time, and you will master your life. Keep listening to powerful book summaries and life-changing ideas only on Listen Book, where every summary takes you one step further toward a better version of yourself. Are you ready to master your time? Because as Listen Book says, it's your time. Make it count. Thank you.